This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. A New Jersey investment company has a lot of money from Mid-Valley people, but tonight the owner of that company is nowhere to be found.
And now those Lackawanna County residents are wondering if they'll ever see tens of thousands of dollars they gave to that company. Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds has been investigating this. He's in our newsroom now with the latest. Bob?
Well, Karen and Nolan, I spent some time in the Mid-Valley this week, and just about anywhere you go, people are talking about T.D. Mogg Investments of Hillsborough, New Jersey, and the man who operated the firm, Timothy Mogg. These are just two of the people who invested nearly $40,000. They've been promised a return on their cash of about 60% in less than a year.
It's too good to pass up. How can you pass up an interest rate like that? You can't get that anywhere.
For me, I don't care too much, but I was saving it for the grandchildren.
Christopher Patrick and Joseph Fiorelli say their first investment with the New Jersey firm worked. They got a big profit and reinvested most of it. They're due another big windfall in about 4 months and have it in writing. But they don't know where Timothy Mogg is. The Dixon City store, which police say Mogg ran, has closed down, and his New Jersey business lists 2 phone numbers. Here's what happens when I call those New Jersey numbers.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Now, the phone company says at one time that number did ring into an apartment complex, but it was disconnected sometime in August. How about the second number? Let's try that. No one answers. The phone company says that's because it's not connected to any phone in New Jersey.
But see, then they were telling, don't worry, don't worry. Geez, it's funny, you know, this is kind of big. He said, well, don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah, he's always
saying, don't worry, they're telling me.
Now, that kind of concern has drawn the attention of the FBI. Agents don't know if any laws have been broken. They, like a lot of people in the Mid-Valley right now, are trying to sort it all out. Nolan?
Okay, Bob, thank you.
When Newswatch 16 continues, we'll have our latest poll on the political races in Pennsylvania.
And in the runoff for the top seat, it's still very tight. We'll have the details next.
This is the time. This is the place.
Compare this popular Chevy celebrity to the new Ford Taurus. Ford cars are the best-built American car 6 years running, and Taurus has Ford's 3-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty. Ford's quality and coverage beat Chevy. And seriously, which styling makes your heart beat? You don't have to be a celebrity to own a car this good. Buy the Ford Taurus.
Take advantage of your last chance for interest deductions. Your Quality Plus Ford dealer is the place.
Toro announces the dawn of a new era in snow throwers. The new Toro CCR 2000, with a curved rotor designed to handle big snow, even wet snow. Built to bite deep into drifts and put snow wherever you want it. Built to throw snow like no other snow thrower, up to 30 feet. The new Toro CCR 2000. It's the dawn of a new era in snow throwers.
See the hot-selling CCR 2000 at last year's price at these Toro dealers.
Election day is 1 week away, and the race for governor is still too close to call, according to an exclusive Newswatch 16 poll. The governor's race is just one of 3 important races that we've been tracking with our polls. Tonight we have results in the governor's race, the Senate race, and the race for 11th Congressional District. Here's our news director now, Paul Stuber, with the results of our polling.
4 weeks ago, our exclusive poll showed Bob Casey leading William Scranton III by just 3 percentage points. In interviews conducted last week, Pennsylvania voters again gave Bob Casey a 3 percentage point lead. With our margin for error, it's still anybody's race. Once again, we commissioned Teichner Associates to interview 800 registered voters across the state. The question asked late last week, how would you vote if the election were held today? The margin for error in a sample this size, plus or minus 3.5 percentage points. And look at this. Bob Casey still leads by 3 points. However, statewide Casey and Scranton have lost 3 percentage points each since last month's poll, while the undecideds have gone up 5 points. In northeastern and central Pennsylvania, Scranton has a 6-point lead, but a month ago he had a 13-point lead. Casey is chipping away at Scranton's lead in our area. But it's a trade-off. In other parts of the state, Scranton has gained enough support to keep the race a dead heat. It's a seesaw battle that you will decide at the polls next Tuesday. The picture is a bit clearer in the race for the U.S. Senate. The incumbent Republican Arlen Specter has solidified his support in the last 4 weeks. Statewide, Specter has turned what was an 8 percentage point lead last month into a 13-point lead now. Quite simply, the research shows Specter picking up more support in more areas of the state than Edgar. One area that's unchanged is ours, northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Both candidates have identical shares compared to a month ago, with Specter comfortably ahead. One final poll, the local congressional race that's drawn the most attention in the 11th district. The incumbent Democrat Paul Kanjorski has opened up a sizable lead over Republican Mark Holtzman. For this research, the Newswatch 16 Teichner poll questioned 400 registered voters in the 11th district. The margin for error here, plus or minus 5 percentage points. What was a 13-point Kanjorski lead when we asked the same question 3 weeks ago has now bulged to a 31-point lead. 3 weeks ago, we said that to win, Holtzman had to lock down his Republican base and go after crossover Democrats. The research shows that so far, neither has happened. That's all for now. Tuesday, it's up to you. I'm Paul Stuber, Newswatch 16.
The two candidates for governor, who are both natives of Lackawanna County, took the campaign trail to our area today. Democrat Bob Casey came to his hometown of Scranton. Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds asked him about our WNEP poll, showing him slightly ahead of Republican Bill Scranton.
Well, I think that the people are beginning to make their judgment, and they're going to make their judgment on the basis of my record versus his record, and my program versus his program, and finally in the closing days on the basis of my character versus his character.
Casey blasted Scranton for what Casey calls hit mail. Flyers that Scranton says were mistakenly mailed to 600,000 people. Casey claims it's negative political advertising, something Scranton says he has stopped.
Casey's Republican opponent says the undecided voter is swinging to the GOP. Lieutenant Governor Scranton spoke to an economic development group in the Lehigh Valley today. We asked him to comment on our poll's increase in the undecided vote.
Ooh, the undecided voters. I think through talking about the issues. I think staying positive and talking about the issues. All of our indications are that they're responding to that, and there's no reason to change between now and next Tuesday.
Scranton added his own polls show his positive campaign is working, and the undecided voters are shifting to him for governor.
The Weather Watch is next with our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark.
Yeah, and the sun finally broke through today.
Yeah, it was nice. Nice finish.
Yeah.
It's time to talk about the warmest day of the week.
Sounds good.
Coming up. When we come back, I'll have the latest on the weather for Halloween. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV. We're proud to serve Gootsville and all of Lehigh County.
Gentlemen, I've read someone new to keep. Meet Chipper.
He's wearing sneakers.
And a sweater with his name on it.
Meet Chipper. He's friendly, fuzzy, furry, and free from hers. Just clip the proofs of purchase from 20 bags of Hers crisp, delicious snacks and get Chipper the Chipmunk, a $16.95 value, absolutely free. See specially marked bags for all the details.
Well, I bet he isn't cuddly.
Oh, I bet he is. Gotta get cash, gotta be fast, before a bash, between class, after splash, gotta dash. What do? Just snap, 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 snap your Mac, snap your Mac. On the street, inside stores, supermarkets, airports, all over the map. Just snap, snap your Mac, snap your Mac. I can even snap my Mac as cash to gas my Pontiac. Snap, snap, snap your Mac. Get the Mac, snap your Mac, snap your Mac.
No, I don't think so. We were talking about how many people have entered the snowblower contest. I don't even know if Tom has gotten today's total, but up till now, Tom, 18,000 cards predicting on when that snow is going to fall, that 1 inch of snow.
Is that right?
That's right.
I know. It's once again this year, the response has been just incredible. And it won't be much longer now before we choose a winner. Nice and clear in the backyard tonight. I can see the planet Mars and Jupiter up there. Last night I was in Light Street, Columbia County, talking about meteorology to the Cub Scouts in Pack 20. And one of their activities this month includes weather observation. And if you can tell us when I will observe the first inch of snow in this backyard, the first prize in our snowblower contest will be your choice of either a heavy-duty 5-horsepower John Deere snowblower on the right with a headlight, or on the left, a smaller 3-horsepower version. And after the first prize winner picks, the winner of the second prize will get the other snowblower. We're also giving away an 18-inch chainsaw this year. Now here's how to enter. On a postcard or the back of an envelope, put your name, address, and phone number, and tell us when you think the first full inch of snow will fall here in the backyard, that from one continuous snowfall. We need the exact date and nearest full hour, like 10 a.m. on December 12th, okay? We won't open letters, so please put your guess on the back of a postcard or an envelope and please print. You can mail your entry to Snowblower Contest, WNEP-TV, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton Airport, Avoca, Pennsylvania, 18641. Entries must be mailed in to us, and in case of a tie, a random drawing will be held from all correct entries. Last year, the first inch fell on November 25th. Okay, good luck. Observing the weather for me tonight in Lehigh County is Harold Green, and he checks in with a 58-degree temperature from Slatington. Doug Benish in Harding says it's now down to 52 at his place, and Joyce Stevens in Camptown reports 52 under clear skies. In our backyard now, covered with leaves, the reading is 56, humidity 55%, the wind west at 5, and the barometer now at 30.12 inches of mercury, and it's rising. 61 the high this afternoon. It's going to be a little bit warmer than that here tomorrow. 51 the low this morning. 80 the record high for this state set back in 1984, and the high only 49 1 year ago today. And there's a view today of the fall colors and a covered bridge over Little Lehigh Creek near Allentown. And coming up next, a satellite view from early this morning. Patch of clouds over Pennsylvania and some more clouds coming down west of the Great Lakes. But as the atmosphere was warming up at all levels today, it was able to hold more water vapor, and so the clouds dissipated. They evaporated, and it's nice and clear over the entire state now. But we are tracking some clouds and a few scattered showers now over the Great Lakes, out ahead of a cold front. But out ahead of that, we do have 60-degree temperatures today out across the Great Lakes and Wisconsin and Illinois. And that will be the trend here tomorrow as this high builds in and the southwest wind picks up tomorrow. And we will be in the middle 60s tomorrow, perhaps even upper 60s before this line pushes on through tomorrow night. Most of the cold air behind this front will pass by to our north, but nonetheless, temperatures back down into the 50s for highs on Thursday and on Halloween. But it looks like the jet stream will straighten out once again, and we could go back into the 60s over the coming weekend. Tonight it'll stay clear all night long, and it's going to get cold once again, colder than last night. Monroeton about 39, Dixon City 40, Guthsville 42, the low tomorrow morning. In Bloomsburg, your low about 41. There'll be some river fog, I think, down that way. And 42 in Mill Hall. The wind very light overnight out of the west. The sun will be coming up tomorrow morning at 6:31 a.m., 5:03, sunset tomorrow. Overnight, clear with some river fog in the valleys. 41 here in the backyard, upper 30s in some of the cold spots. Tomorrow, just a beautiful autumn day. Kind of windy in the afternoon. We'll start out nice and sunny, and temperatures will recover back into the middle and upper 60s. It will become partly cloudy late in the day, maybe a shower later tomorrow night, and then on Thursday, partly cloudy and colder. 54 Thursday, 54 on Halloween, a dry night, Halloween night for Friday night, and then on Saturday, Karen and Nolan, I think we'll be back up close to 60 once again. So it's looking good.
Yeah,
looking good. Nice trick-or-treat weather.
You bet.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Tim Carlson is next with the Sports Watch and the latest college top 10 rankings that'll make Penn State fans happy.
Plus the big payoff. Tim sings for the Mets fan.
Oh, boy! This is really terrific exercise!
Not all things that are good for you are hard on you.
Here we go!
Look at V8. 2 glasses of V8 vegetable juice contain 90% of the vitamins A and C you need a day, and it tastes terrific.
Just a little more hot!
Why don't you just have a V8, George?
Sure. Could you bring it upstairs?
V8. Things don't have to be hard on you to be good for you.
Well, do you have your earplugs ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I don't think we want to hear this, but...
Real funny. Hey, I might get a big recording contract out of this, you know?
I don't think so.
Hey,
I've heard of
you never know, okay? You never know what could happen here. I was going to call in sick today. Residents of the Big Apple took a bite out of the work time this afternoon to salute their World Championship baseball team, as only New York can do it, with a ticker tape parade. An estimated 2.2 million New Yorkers cheered and basically rioted, knocking down police barricades, celebrating the Mets World Series win over the Red Sox. Since most Manhattan offices don't use ticker tape machines anymore after being replaced by computers, a ticker tape company provided some 100 miles of the stuff for them to toss out of the windows. Although some of the windows in office buildings don't open anymore, they managed to douse the world champs with tons of ticker tape and whatever else they could find. So now you're out there saying, okay, Carlson, let's hear you sing the Mets song like you promised, if they want to, right? Well, okay. Well, I just want to get my paraphernalia here. Well, I always pay on a debt, but first let me explain to everybody what happened here. Before the World Series, I predicted that the Red Sox would end up winning in 6 games. Well, after making the dubious prediction, I said that if the Mets somehow won, I would sing the Mets theme song live here on the Sportscast. Well, the Sox came so close to making me look good, 1 strike away from winning in 6, but that's the way it goes. So here I go with the Mets video on the sports screen. Get out your earplugs, okay? I got to warm up a little bit here. We got the teamwork to make the dream work. Let's go Mets. We're gonna make it this time. We're gonna take it home. Let's go. I lost my place. Well, let's go Mets. Okay, here we go. Mets man, you'll find a Mets fan. Let's go Mets. This is a Mets year. For all you Mets here, let's go Mets. Doing it, doing it, doing it. Bring it home. Let's go, Mets go. And that's all the humiliation I'll put myself through. Just remember, I paid up, Mets fans, and please, no more teasing. I paid up. Okay. Whew. Can we get back to real sports now? The latest Associated Press top 10 college football poll released early this morning, and all I have to say is it's about time Penn State started getting the respect it's deserving. Here's the great news for Nittany Lions fans, so let's take a look. Number 1, Miami of Florida at 7-0. They got 55 of 60 first-place votes. Number 2, Penn State. Last week they were number 6, but they beat up Alabama in Tuscaloosa Saturday. They hopped over Michigan to take over the 2nd spot and received 4 first-place votes. Number 3, Michigan, up from 4th. Number 4 is Oklahoma, up from 5th. Up from 7th is number 5, Auburn. Up from 8th is number 6, Washington. At number 7 is Arizona State. Number 8 is Alabama, down from 2nd after the loss to Penn State. At number 9 is Nebraska, down from 3 after a loss to Colorado. And at number 10 is Texas A&M, and they stay put. The reason I lost my place there was I couldn't really hear the music too well in my dear little earpiece here, but I guess I'll stay with it for
one more time.
Come on.
Come on. It was so good.
We got the teamwork to make the dream work. Let's go. Let's go Mets. Is that enough now?
Very good.
Okay.
That's really good. It proves that rehearsal does work, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm going to wear these now from now on.
I think
I don't
the
get
Jim
humiliated.
McMahon here
Yes,
of
right,
us.
exactly.
Nice going, Tim.
See you later.
All right, wait till next time.
Thanks, Tim. It's your face red. When Newswatch 16 continues, putting on the colors of fall.
We'll show you some seasonal window dressing in downtown Bloomsburg.
I'm the first to leave my bed. Gotta get 'em dressed and fed. Give 'em all a little peck and some Citrus Hill Select. It's a healthy little potion, one that gets 'em all in motion. From the taste right to the vitamin C. Every single glass I pour has a day's supply and more. Citrus Hill Select gets their juices flowing, and their day gets going, and their juices get flowing. Citrus Hill Select is squeezed from the heart. That's where oranges are sweet, making vitamins a treat. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing.
Finally tonight, downtown shoppers in one area are seeing something special in the store windows, and it's not for sale.
It's the color of the season. Appearing in windows all over downtown Bloomsburg, students from Bloomsburg High and Central Columbia Middle and High Schools are competing in a Halloween and autumn window painting contest. 55 store windows will be painted in the next 2 days by teams of student artists. They are competing for cash prizes put up by the Bloomsburg Business Association. It's another excellent reason to go window shopping this week in downtown Bloomsburg.
Boy, how do you pick a winner? They're all nice.
Boy, I wouldn't want to be a judge, I'll tell you that right now. Very good. That, my friends, is Newswatch 16 for tonight.
Be sure to join us tonight on the update when we'll hit the campaign trail again with the candidates for governor.
ABC's World News Tonight is next. For the team, thank you for joining us.
Enjoy your evening.
When you see news, you can shoot news for Newswatch 16. If we use a videotape story you shot, we'll pay you and mention your name on the air. But we can't use your tape unless you're a part of the Newswatcher network. For information, write Newswatcher, WNEP TV, Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport, Avoca, Pennsylvania, 18641.